Good morning. It's Monday, September 22nd. Here's what we're working on this morning.
I'm Simone Gavros reporting live in Hamilton. Multiple people are displaced after an early morning apartment fire, and the cause is still unclear. I'll have those details coming up.
It's Election Day on Hamilton's West Mountain.
And the Toronto Blue Jays have clinched the first playoff spot in the American League.
Good Monday morning. Some people might be popping some bubbly later on this afternoon because fall is going to arrive officially.
Yeah, what a last weekend of summer. What a
beautiful,
amazing.
What a last week of summer we had. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Sunshine all weekend long. Bit of a breeze. Rick and I were talking earlier about the wind at the football game on Saturday. But a beautiful day yesterday. Oh, but the change is coming today. Not only as we flip over the calendar into autumn, but we have showers and thunderstorms. Now, maybe they woke you up last night like they did me. The rain was pelting down throughout the overnight with a thunderstorm that went through. We still have a little light rain shower activity in the area, although not raining in Hamilton at the moment. But the roads are wet this morning, and be prepared for showers and possible thunderstorms again today. We're looking at about 24 for the daytime high today, but a humidex of around 27 to 28 degrees. So it's going to be warm. And you'll notice as you step out the door this morning, it's 18 degrees. So we are double a seasonal overnight low right now. So it's a mild start to our day. But yeah, unsettled. Talk about it coming up. Quick check on traffic. Nothing happening. It's pretty light volume. This time of the morning, 6:02. We're looking fine here at the 403 and Waterdown Road. Some MTO traffic cameras. Just an overview. Nothing at Millen Road, Stony Creek. Very light volume. Top of the Skyway. All the way through Third Line. It's moving okay, but yeah, wet roads. So take care, please. Weather and traffic in detail. We'll have that for you coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Okay, thank you, Brian. An apartment fire in central Hamilton has displaced everyone in the building. Simone Gavros joins us from Maine and Melrose with all the details. Good morning, Simone.
Good morning, Rick. Police say the call came in around 12:30 this morning about the apartment fire here at this three-story building. Now, it happened here at the unit that's right in the middle off to the right, and you can see how badly damaged that unit is. Now, right now, again, nobody is inside the building. Everybody is across the street waiting to hear more from the Red Cross about what the next steps are going to be. But police did have the roads closed momentarily throughout the morning as they were working to get everything under control. Now, we are hearing that multiple buildings were evacuated. There was an HSR bus on scene to shelter people from the rain at the time. I did speak to some people, and we're going to hear a little bit later this morning about what they were able to see and what the scene looked like when they were evacuating really quickly. They said the flames started almost immediately once they were able to evacuate safely. I am hearing from police that nobody was injured, so we're waiting to hear more from paramedics as well. Police say damages are estimated to be around $750,000 and that the Ontario Fire Marshal is not going to be called in. Now, I'm waiting to hear more information from the fire department. We're likely going to hear about that a little bit later, but for now, police and fire at this time have not exactly said what caused this fire here this morning. For now, things back over to you, Annette and Rick.
Okay, thanks very much, Simone. A passenger on a motorcycle is in hospital after an incident in Hamilton. Hamilton police haven't said what kind of incident. Let's say it happened around 1:30 yesterday afternoon on 50 Road. It was closed for several hours. Police are asking anyone who may have information to contact them.
A crash yesterday afternoon north of Caledonia sent a person on a motorcycle to hospital with life-threatening injuries. A motorcycle and SUV crashed on Highway 6 at Holdenbrook Road between Caledonia and Mount Hope. The OPP say the driver and a passenger in the SUV were treated for minor injuries. There's no word on charges.
Police are investigating what they described as an isolated shooting on Hamilton's Central Mountain. You were called to a home on Manning Avenue around 3 Saturday morning. Manning Avenue is just north of the link between Upper James and Upper Wellington Streets. A 27-year-old man had been shot. He was taken to hospital in critical condition. Police say they aren't looking for additional suspects or witnesses. Detectives are investigating what led to that shooting.
Prime Minister Mark Carney is in New York ahead of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. That's where other countries are expected to join Canada, the UK, and Australia in officially recognizing the Palestinian state. U.S. officials have criticized the move, saying it emboldens Hamas and makes negotiating a ceasefire deal and the release of the Israeli hostages more difficult.
It is a big symbolic shift. It's important that Canada is doing this in kind of partnership, or at least in tandem, with the United Kingdom and Australia.
We will need to fight at the UN and in other arenas against the false propaganda directed at us and against the calls for the establishment of a Palestinian state. That would endanger our existence and serve as an absurd reward for terrorism. The international community will hear from us on this matter in the coming days.
Portugal has also said it will recognize Palestine, and France and others are expected to follow suit.
Thousands of people paid tribute to U.S. conservative activist Charlie Kirk at a memorial yesterday in Arizona. Here's Kirk's widow, Erica.
That man, that young man, I forgive him.
About 70,000 people were at the memorial at State Farm Stadium. U.S. President Donald Trump was the last to address the crowd.
He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
Trump went on to call Kirk a martyr for American freedom. And closer to home, this is Election Day on Hamilton's West Mountain. A by-election is being held in Ward 8, which covers an area bounded by the Escarpment, Upper Wellington Street, a hydro corridor, and Garth Street. The Hamilton City Council seat has been empty since April, when John Paul Danko won a federal Liberal seat. 26 candidates are running in Ward 8. The polls open at 10 o'clock this morning, and they close tonight at 8.
Sportsline. After a last-place finish in the American League East in 2024, the Toronto Blue Jays have become the first team in the American League to clinch a spot in the playoffs this season.
The 1-0. Ground ball to second. And the Blue Jays are going to the postseason.
Toronto managed to win just 74 games last year, but the Jays picked up win number 90 yesterday afternoon in Kansas City. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had a two-run double in the fifth inning, and Addison Barger followed with an RBI double of his own as Toronto beat the Royals 8-5 to avoid a series sweep. It's the Jays' third trip to the postseason in 4 years and fourth in 6 seasons, and they have a chance to win their first division title since 2015 if they can hold off the second-place Yankees, who are 2 games back.
This is the first step more we want to go, right, boys? Yes, sir. Yeah. This is fun to celebrate. Let's go.
Who doesn't love a good champagne shower? Toronto closes out the regular season this week with home series against Boston and Tampa Bay. The Yanks host the White Sox and Orioles. Jays trying to win their first division title since 2015. Top 2 teams in the Canadian Premier League went toe-to-toe in Ottawa yesterday. After conceding a goal in the 25th minute, Forge FC equalized in the 82nd when Jose Masuda found the back of the onion bag to level the score. With 4 games to go, Forge leads Ottawa by 2 points in the battle for top spot in the race for the CPL Shield. Well, the Canadian Football League will be the hot topic among sports fans today. That's because CFL Commissioner Stuart Johnston is scheduled to make a major announcement regarding significant changes to the game. It is not known what changes will be made, but some CFL pundits are guessing that the league may move from the East-West Division format and have one division, like soccer. Others believe the CFL will move from 3 downs to 4, alter the ratio requirements, or eliminate the Rouge. Johnston will make his announcement at a news conference at 1 o'clock this afternoon in Toronto. Kansas City Chiefs have avoided their first 0-3 start since 2011.
Play 11 of the drive. Mahomes pumps, fires end zone. It is caught for the touchdown by Tyquan Thornton.
Patrick Mahomes threw for 224 yards and a touchdown to Tyquan Thornton in the third quarter as the Chiefs smothered the Giants 22-9. Russell Wilson was held to just 160 yards passing, and he threw 2 interceptions as the Giants fell to 0-3.
On the right hash, Daniel Whelan the hold. The kick is blocked. It is blocked. The Browns get the swat and turn the Packers away.
The Browns blocked a last-minute field goal and then kicked one of their own to win their first game of the season, 13-10 over Green Bay, handing the Packers their first loss. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 touchdowns, including the 509th of his career, to pass Brett Favre for 4th most in the NFL as the Steelers rolled past the Patriots 21-14. Caleb Williams tied his career high with 4 TD passes to lead the Bears to a 31-14 win over the Cowboys, giving head coach Ben Johnson his first win. Tonight, the Ravens host the Lions. Maple Leafs and Senators opened their preseason in Ottawa yesterday afternoon. Nick Robertson was one of 4 different players to score for Toronto in a 4-3 win over the Sens. The Leafs will host Ottawa tomorrow night.
All right, shall we do this? Yep, we're up, so let's get going here. It's 11 minutes after 6 o'clock, 22nd morning of September, and we'll talk about the arrival of autumn coming up. But looking at traffic, first of all, traffic this morning is fine. We have no problems on the 403, as you can see on that particular camera. Looks good still. MTO traffic cameras, St. Catharines, and we'll come around the Horseshoe. QEW 405, nothing to see there. Same with Millen Road, Stony Creek. Here's north of 2. It's, it's starting to fill in a little bit. It's busy. It's a little below the limit, but it's moving okay right there. Nothing at the Ford plant. Nothing at Cooksville Creek. Keep in mind the structure fire we have Maine and Melrose this morning. Could be some emergency crews still in the area. All right, how are we starting the morning here? It's fairly cloudy. We've had some, well, we had some heavy rain throughout the overnight hours. Temperature at the moment is mild. We are double an overnight low right now. Seasonal is 9. We're sitting at 18 right now, south-southeast breeze. It is a mainly cloudy start to the day. And for school today, 24 will be the high. Humidex of 29. We'll get some showers, some thunderstorms. There could be the occasional, if we're lucky enough, to get a squeak of sunshine every now and then. Air quality risk for the day today is in the low risk category. Here's a look at the satellite radar picture from the past 12 hours. You can see how we had the showers, the thunderstorms rumble through. This is a loop. It just keeps repeating. You can see those thunderstorms pushing across us. We have a warm front, and that's going by us to the north. Unstable air mass sitting across us. So yeah, fairly cloudy, chance of showers, thunderstorms today, tonight, and tomorrow, and even lingering showers as we get further into the week. But today, temperatures 24 degrees. Now that is above seasonal. Seasonal is 19 for a daytime high. Now, as I say, some areas could see a little bit of sun, otherwise cloud showers, thunderstorms. Same tonight, temperature falling to 17 generally all around the Horseshoe, a little cooler Guelph and Kitchener. And then tomorrow, a degree or 2 cooler, 23, 22 degrees, humidex around 27. A little bit of sun in some areas, but again, fairly cloudy with that instability during the day tomorrow. So out the door, September 22nd, autumn arrives this afternoon at 2:19 p.m. So it's mostly cloudy at the moment. The winds are light. The temperature right now is mild at 18. Long range in a few minutes. Annette, Rick.
Thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And there could be some very big business names interested in buying TikTok. That is coming up next. Let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic. Emily, what's coming up in Chit Chat this morning?
Hi, good morning. Swifties, rejoice. Your girl is coming back to the big screen. We haven't talked about Taylor Swift for I don't know, at least a couple of days.
Yes.
So.
It's way too long.
Right? It's back. And the Directors Guild of America has appointed one of its most celebrated members as its new president. And later on this morning, we are getting a preview of the Inked Circus Tattoo Expo. That's coming to Niagara Falls this weekend.
Okay.
I'm going to get a tattoo live on the air.
Actually.
Yeah, I'm going to get a tattoo.
Okay.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, like an armband that says I love mom.
With a big heart.
Yeah, with a big heart and a dagger going through it.
Classic. That's Emily. Let's take a look at the business news in overseas trading this morning. The Canadian dollar is down 14 basis points to 72.44 cents U.S. Gold is up $46.90 an ounce. And crude is also up 35 cents, trading at $62.75 a barrel. In midday European trading, markets are up in London, but down in Frankfurt and down in Paris.
In Asia, markets were up today in Tokyo, down in Hong Kong, up just a little bit in Shanghai. On North American markets on Friday, the TSX gained 134 points. The Dow was up 172 and the NASDAQ slipped by 52.
U.S. President Donald Trump says media mogul Rupert Murdoch and his son Lachlan could be among the investors interested in buying the American assets of TikTok. Trump says a deal to bring the social media app under U.S. ownership is very close. Rupert Murdoch's potential involvement in TikTok comes amidst a legal battle with Trump. Trump has sued one of Murdoch's media properties, the Wall Street Journal, after the newspaper reported on a suggestive birthday letter given to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein that bears Trump's name. The president has denied he wrote that letter.
The impact of a cyber attack on check-in systems at several airports in Europe has now extended into a second full day. Passengers are facing dozens of canceled and delayed flights, and airport teams are scrambling to limit the damage to travel plans. Starting late Friday, airports in Brussels, London, and Berlin were hit by disruptions to electronic systems that snarled check-ins, which then had to be done by hand. A cyber attack affected systems of U.S.-based Collins Aerospace, which helped passengers check in and print their boarding passes.
Stellantis says a cybersecurity breach at a third-party provider impacted its North American customer service operations. The company says only basic contact information was exposed, not financial or sensitive personal data. Affected customers are being notified, and authorities have been alerted as the investigation continues. The automaker is warning people to watch for possible phishing attempts as the industry faces a rise in cyber attacks.
Nissan is developing self-driving technology as it tries to turn around its struggling auto business. Now, previous Nissan self-driving technology was designed for freeway driving, where the lanes are clearly marked and it's easier to read. The new technology, though, is meant for congested, unpredictable city streets, and it could be available by 2027. Self-driving vehicle market is predicted to be worth $2 trillion U.S. by 2030.
Instagram is testing artificial intelligence as it tries to identify Canadian accounts belonging to minors. The platform's AI model will analyze data such as when an account was created and how users interact with other profiles and content. Since people in the same age group tend to engage with similar types of content, this information will help the model estimate whether a user is likely a teen or an adult. If Instagram suspects an account is falsely claiming to belong to an adult, it will be categorized as a teen account, which comes with more restrictions than standard accounts.
Okay, we're taking a break right now. Brian is going to be back with traffic and your 7-day forecast for the rest of fall.
Good morning, 6:23 on this Monday morning. Oh, here's what we don't need early on a Monday morning is a complete closure of the Toronto-bound QEW. This is at Credit River, so you're going past Mississauga Road, heading through Mississauga. So we've got a couple of vehicles in collision. You can see one of the vehicles here. The other one is a little further along. So, okay, the broom crew is out now. They're going to start cleaning up some of the debris. You can see it's scattered right across the highway. That's why they've completely closed all of the lanes here at Credit River, so they have to do the cleanup on that. Here's what it looks like as you go back to Mississauga Road and back even further to Lorne Park. So you have a huge slowdown going through Mississauga this morning, and it's all because of the collision here right at Credit River, almost underneath the camera. So that is the problem that we have. Otherwise, there's not a lot going on. 406 looks good. Top of the Skyway Bridge already looking slow. Third line. Nothing at the 403 at Dundas. It's just this collision, and it's Toronto bound on the QEW, so it's a complete closure at the moment. But hopefully, once they get the everything, all the debris across the highway cleaned up, they'll be able to get at least a lane open and start to get a little bit of a flow through there. All right, let's go to what we have right now. Weather-wise, temperature, mild. Look how mild it is to start the morning here. We're at 18 degrees. Now, keep in mind that a seasonal, which I will show you in a second, how cool a seasonal overnight low is, but we're mild all the way around. 18 Hamilton, Mississauga, 19 Grimsby and Toronto. So here are our seasonal temperatures for this time of year. 20 for the daytime high. 9 for the overnight low. So yeah, we're almost at a seasonal daytime high to start the day. We've got this warm, muggy air mass. So those are our sun times. Sun doesn't come up till 7:06, down at 7:17, and those are our records for today. And yeah, it is going to be fairly unsettled for the day today. So heading into school today, 21 degrees for the first bell now. Every now and then you could see a little bit of sun, a little squeak of some sunshine. Otherwise, showers, thunderstorms this morning. It's about a 30% chance this morning, rising to a 70% chance later on this afternoon with that 24-degree high. Humidex 29 today, by the way, as we get into fall this afternoon. 17 overnight, so it stays mild. Tomorrow, a little cooler, 22, Humidex 27. But once again, chance of showers and thunderstorms. A little bit of sun for Wednesday. Notice how the showers stick around. Wednesday, even into Thursday, even into Friday. As we get toward our first autumn weekend, looks pretty nice. Sun clouds 22 and 21. It's forecast. And that, Rick.
Okay, thanks very much, Ryan. Well, this could be a sneak peek at the next Budweiser Super Bowl commercial. 2 Clydesdale foals have been born at the brewery's ranch.
The colts and filly were about 3 feet tall and weighed close to 150 pounds each at birth. They could walk within hours. The ranch says the Clydesdales have to go through years of training before joining the hitches or traveling teams. The 2 new horses join more than 70 other Clydesdales at the breeding and training facility in Missouri. They're so cute.
Oh, they're so cute. Oh, and those commercials. I don't drink beer, but I just
love
those commercials.
Yes, they're great. Yeah, add some foals and fillies to those Budweiser commercials.
Yeah. Okay, stay with us. We've got plenty more to come right after the break.